Hi everyone, Caroline here. Right, not sure if any of you have bought the Electric Ink Designs Frosted Vogue collection. That's the new one, designed by Carly Duff. You get 30 downloads in it. If you've not already got it, feel free to PM Carly Duff and or on the Electric Inks Design Facebook page. You can follow that, and then you get to know of all the launches and what's involved with it, and also the workshops, because Carly does workshops once or twice a month, and you can join in those as well. You just purchase the workshop and you get all the digitals and everything, and then you can join in the workshop and craft along with Carly, which is absolutely lovely. In her collection, the Frosted Vogue, she's done two background designs like this, one in the blue like this, or this one that's got really like a woodland snowy effect. That's lovely, isn't it? But of course, with digital, you can do whatever you want with them. You can layer with them. If you don't have any of the programs, Carla recommends downloading Canva, which is a free program to download, and in there you can resize and you can layer. So you can take one of the because she does them in PNG as well as JPEG format. The PNG means it's got a clear background, so when you place it on top of something, you can't see, there's no white at the back of it. And of course she's made them so that you can also there's tags in there that you can cut out, or you can use your scan and cut. I've done one tag in the collection, and I coloured it and everything, can you see? But you can take it in your scan and cut and just cut round it if you want, or you can just fussy cut if you like to fussy cut. Or if you've got Photoshop, I use Paint Shop Pro, which was Coral Paint Shop Pro. Many years ago, it got taken over by Adobe, and they turned it into Photoshop, which is virtually the same program. But of course, over the years, they've really updated it, and there's all sorts of effects you can do in there. So, if you wanted to get into digital and do some lovely prints, it's worth doing their free trial of it. I think you get a 30-day free trial, so it's worth a try, isn't it? And also you can resize, you can do so much with digital, and it's great fun, and it's a nice change from stamping, isn't it? So I'm going to make a card. I did start this earlier and glued this down by mistake. See, I always show you my mistakes. So I'm using a 7" by 7" card. The mirror card is 6 3/4 by 6 3/4, and this white here is 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. Don't know if you can see it, but it's very textured, and I got that from Pink Frog. They did a bundle, and I think if you email Andrew at Pink Frog at Crafts, he'll let you know if he's still got this bundle available. It's in A3, and there are all different textures in that bundle. You get sort of this effect. They've got a hammered effect, a linen effect, crocodile, leather. Oh, there's such a lot in there, and they're A3 size, so you get loads to cut down and use. So it's very useful. So I'll put a link in for Pink Frog, and then you can ask about that if it's something you think you can use. So I've glued them all down, and I've glued this image down as well. So the image itself, this is my Saty ruler, is just 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. So but what I've done is I'm going to put lights in with this, so when I do it, I'm going to be able to put the lights inside. And I've used a window frame that I got, a die that I got from Maximum Crafts. Isn't that pretty? It's going to be lovely on there, isn't it? And this is the die. It's called Picture Window Easy Frame. If it's something you think you'd like for your Christmas cards, go onto their website. I'll leave a link, and I do know that it was a sellout at the time, and when they launched it, they did a live on it, and she did the card with the lights in the background. So I'm going to do that, but sort of in my way that I want to do it, more or less following her guide, which was really, really useful. And I'll give you a link to that as well. And so it's obviously not my idea, this one. So that's nice, isn't it? If they are sold out, you know, you can email them, ask them when they might be back in stock, and they may have the facility on there, I'm not sure, to notify when back in stock. So you've got options, my dear, you've got options. Okay, so what I forgot to do before was to punch under here. So under here, the lights will be under this section here. So in this corner here, which will just be below there, I want to punch a hole, and the lights will go through that. So I've got a hand punch. I got this from Hobbycraft, so I'm just going to pop that there. And that should have gone through all three. Yes, it has. And when that goes on my card, the light section will go through there. So when we're doing it, we have to be mindful that the part that will go through will be here, like that. So it has to be down in this bottom corner to go through. And then when it's gone through, and you'll see it all through there, sorry, it'll come up through there. Oh, come on, Caroline, get your act together. It'll go up through there, like that. So pull it through until you've got it to just where the wire is inside here. There's like a plastic tubing on it there. Can you see? And you'll be able to pop that inside, and that will be able to come out. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do on the back now of the card before we construct it all. What you've got to do is you've got to make a little sort of a little wallet for the back to put that the light thing in on the back of your card. So that will go. Oh, don't forget as well to stamp before you start. Get it all stamped. But on the back, this will sit here, just down here. But when you're finished doing all what you're doing, it'll come around here and it will sit in there. So I'm going to give you the sizing for this and show you how I did it. So that's the next job. I think it's, you know, it might seem fussy to do it, but you know, just take your time with it and enjoy it. Once you do this, I mean, you can, when you're making them and you're doing these things, maybe make 3 or 4 of these at a time, ready for your cards if you want to do more than one. So the size of this is, I've written it down here because I can't remember stuff, is 2.5. Use a decent thickness card. This is 300 GSM. So 2.5 by 2 3/4. Okay, turn it back, and what you want to do is you want to use your score tool, either a scoreboard, or if you've got one of these it's got a score on it, then use that. So first of all, we're going to score at 1/2 inch, like that, and then 3/4 inch, and I'll leave the sizing below for you to have. 1 1/4 inch. Is that right? Sorry, 1 3/4 inch. and then 2 inch. So this gives you 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1 3/4 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. Then you turn it and you do 2 1/4. I hope you can see that, 2 1/4. And then at 2 1/2. So that then gives you those 2 at the bottom. Get your scissors, and as you can see, you cut off this whole inner section. You just leave that middle bit there. So you're cutting out those 2 that you've got there, and you're going to meet that there. Same with that one. And then you just bend it and bend it in on itself. Again, score it in. You don't need much of a thing there, but can you see how it makes it? Same with this. Bend, bend. And what I've done with mine is I've used a bit of red tape, so when this closes on itself like that, I'll sit like that, and that one there like that. Red tape is best, really, to be honest, because it's stronger. But if you don't have any red tape, then, and this is 10mm wide, by the way, 10mm wide. If you don't have any red tape and you've got double-sided tape, try that. But I think it's always worth having. And if you're a crafter, you always need red tape in your stash. It's good to have. I tend to get a 5mm and I get a 10mm, and I use them a lot. This is my red tape that I use. Okay, so let's have a go at it, shall we? So what we want to do is we want to do the back of this, because that's going to go on there like that. So we want to know that that is going to start off in that corner there. Okay, well, they're all the same corner, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know what I'm on about, do I? So let's take the red tape off. Actually, let me put that red tape back, because while it's flat, oh, it's sticky stuff, this red tape stuff. While it's flat, I'm just going to stick this top bit on here. So I'll just glue this on so that it's already on. It's very dull out, but do you know what? I'm getting very warm. And it's been chucking it down outside. So let's stick that on there. Don't press too hard because that red tape's on the other side. It's nice, that. Let's get some of that glue off. Get rid of any glue because it takes the shine away from your mirror card. Just get a bit of tissue and wipe it off. Okay, that one I took off, wasn't it? Okay. Like I say, it's the first time I've done this one. I've done when you get the picture boxes, you know, for a picture box frames. I've done those before, so it's not really much different if you've ever done the silhouettes, etc. Won't be a second, I'm just going to open my window. Oh, let some air in. So, to get this on here, and twist the wire about a bit. Of course, test your lights before you do this, make sure they work. And make sure that little light is just showing above it, like that. So when I've got this right. And I won't be able, I mean, I'll turn it on, the light, after. But obviously it's not dark, it's daytime, so. Let's do that there. I'm going to put some foam pads on afterwards anyway. So. I've sent off for some more lights. I think this might just be a metre long one, but I've sent for 2 metre so you can go around twice and get more lights on it. So I may do an update on this demo. Sticky stuff, very, very sticky stuff, but it's good. It's very good. So I've just got 2 bulbs left for around the corner. You can absolutely do this your own way. Oops. Get that bulb turned that way. This is the final bulb. So I'll just want that near the edge there. And that's there. I think that's another bulb actually there. I can put that in there. Like that. So let's just try them switching it on. Oh, Luke. You see. So then I'm going to put over that, make sure that wire's in, I'm going to put foam pads. I did have some of this foam pad stuff, but it's a bit too wide, so I'm going to use just normal foam pads. I'm sending off for some 10mm, so that's going to go on there. So just go around and get your foam pads on. And you can always fast forward this little bit until I've finished foam padding it, but I just wanted to show you it step by step that I'm doing it. They're called seed lights or rice lights, if you're looking for them on eBay or somewhere like that, or Amazon. And like I say, if you want it really more lit up, which I do next time, then get the 2 metre. This one was a 1 metre. I know it's a bit of a longer video than I normally do, but I'll just double check that that's not too long for there. No, that's perfect. Well, that's worked out very, very well. Very, very well. So we'll take all the backings off. Fingers and thumbs, Caroline. Feel free to fast forward. I'm afraid I've no Christmas music to play. I've had these quite a while, these pads, and I think after a while, you know, they do tend to not peel off as easily as newer ones. But I got really big rolls of them, so they seem to last forever. And of course, with a card like this, you'll need to make a box for it rather than an envelope. And I'll do another tutorial on doing a box for it for you as soon as I can. You see, that one's not behaving itself. Seems to have gone really muggy outside. It's dull, but it's muggy. You're warm, but there's no sunshine. Get in there. Did you fast forward? Okay. Now, what I always do when I've put foam pads on like that, I add a bit of glue on the pads, and it gives it movability as well as extra stick. It gives it that little bit of movability, because if once you put this down, it's down, isn't it? But this just gives you that little bit of protection. So I'm turning it over with that wire in that corner. So that's going to go over there. I'm going to pull it through at the back till I know I've got it in the right place. The exact right place I want it, which is right over my image. Like that. And you see, like that. Ooh, if you have a quick light up. Can you see the little lights on? I'll turn my big lights off after. So now I'm going to turn it over, and on the back I'm going to put some more foam pads. So when this goes through and onto the card back, oh, where my card here? Here. So when it comes through onto the back here, we want enough to be able to put it into the box. And this box now is going to sit. Take your red tape off, the film off, and pop that right down there in that corner, like that. And you see, this is why you need a box for your card. So when that's in there, and it really does fit lovely and snug in there on those sizes, and you see, and you know that you're going to need to keep some of that wire halfway up there. So, you know, you obviously got a little bit of wire showing, but it's nothing really for, you know, for what you're going to have with your lights. It's going to be brilliant. So, so we know then when you take that out, make a bend in it so that you know exactly where that bend is. Take it back out. I'm going to get some pads on, some foam pads, big foam pads. So this is going to be a lot of foam pads. Like I say, I need to send for some. So let me just measure that where it's coming out there. So it's about 2 3/4 inch. About 2 3/4 inch. Just make a little but I know where that's going. Hopefully these pads are deep enough. I'm going to pop that just over that corner of that, just to hold it down. Same with that, just to hold that in place. Oh, it's a lot of pads. So you really are better with foam tape. You'd think, wouldn't you, all the stuff I have, I'd have the right taping. And that's going to go just round that bend there. To go around there. Have I done that right? Or do I need it a bit more out? Let's have a look. Just double check yourself. Yeah, you see I've not given myself enough wire on there. So I can easily pull that out. And just extend that a bit. I did do a bend, didn't I, where it should have gone. Let me just pull that out. Let's get this right. See, I'll get this right so that you get it right. Okay, let's take all these pads off. Because once these are down, it should hold the wiring in place, okay? Not worried about that one. Not to worry. Like I say, I'm doing this for the first time. And I like to show if I, make mistakes. It gives you the idea of where the mistake was made and how to resolve it. Oops, that's paper on there. See, you didn't say, Caroline, you missed one. This is why you're better off doing a live with it sometimes. People can say, hang on a minute, what are you doing? Okay. So, now that wire's in, which is obviously down towards that corner, isn't it? Like we said. And then we can pop this right on the card where we need it. Maybe open the card out, flatten it, So when they've got the card, when it's open like that, it doesn't matter about the bulk at the back. So, you know, with this here, because that will be just like that. And they have the option to do that. Now, what I want to do is I want to put a little poinsettia up here. And I've done this in both mirror card and I've printed off a poinsettia. This one was one of mine that I've got off my designs. So I'm just going to glue all this together. Just glue this down. Pop a smaller one in the middle there at an angle so that that goes through those gaps there. You see. This is a point, I mean, there's loads of poinsettia dies out there, but this particular one is a Chloe's Creative Cards one, and it's no longer available anyway. You'd have to go on eBay and see if you could get it. But just get yourself a really nice poinsettia die. Go on Amazon or your favourite craft store. And then I'm going to pop this one on top. Just to go blend in with the blue. Like that. So that's a nice image of a blue poinsettia there. I think next time what I might do is stamp out one on some nice blue paper and do some nice I'll show you. I can't think of the name. Embossing, that's it, embossing. Like I did on this cracker that I made. Can you see how I glittered it all up? And I think that was a Jamie one. I'll have to have a look. I've forgotten about that. Again, you see, you forget what you've got. So that will go in the corner there. And you could even, if you want to put your wire at a different angle and have it down there, you can cover that wire with that. But I'm not bothered about that. But what I also did get from Maximum Crafts were these little, what do you call them? The stamens, but the plastic. So they're really nice. I really like them. So I'm just going to glue that on with my heat gun. In the middle. Like that. That's going to be lovely on there, isn't it? And I'll put a bit of my hot glue on my flower there, and then pop that in the corner like that. And it doesn't matter if it goes a little bit off if you're putting it in a box anyway. Right, let me turn my lights off and my overhead lights, and then you might be able to see this light up better. Okay, let's switch it on. Ooh. Can you see that? Look at those blue lights. They're all little blue lights. Get the white if you can, the bright white lights. And it's a lot brighter than that. Get my lights back on. Get my black card. So that you can see that better on there. And there we have it. What a pretty Christmas card. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that. And if you have, do give us a thumbs up. And feel free to subscribe and share with your crafty friends. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.